Hey everyone, and welcome back to TechWise Stream.
Yes, welcome back.
This week we're diving into a story that has everyone talking.
It's a big one. Sega is saying no to mini consoles.
You know, they had that huge success with the Mini Genesis,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and those things were flying off the shelves.
Everyone's been asking, when are we going to get a Dreamcast Mini?
Yeah, but
So this is really a surprise.
it seems like they're kind of going against the grain here.
Yeah, what's the logic behind it?
Well, we're going to take a deep dive into that today.
That's good.
We're going to look at why Sega's making this decision,
Right.
what it means for the company,
Okay,
what it means for retro gaming,
cool.
and whether or not this is the right move for them.
I'm interested to hear this.
So the Dreamcast, for those who don't remember,
Yeah.
it was Sega's last console.
Right.
It came out in
$399.
1999,
Yeah.
and it was really innovative for its time.
Oh yeah, it was ahead of its
It
time.
had online gaming
Yeah.
before a lot of other consoles did,
Mm-hmm.
and it had these really cool controllers with
The VMU.
the VMUs,
Yeah.
which were like these little mini screens that you
Lock.
could take out.
Like a little mini game system. You can
Yeah.
take it with you.
So it
Wow,
was
that's not
it was
very
really cool, but commercially,
It was a flop.
it was a flop. Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't do so well.
Up against the PlayStation 2.
Tough competition.
Huge competition at the time.
Yeah,
That's why
Sega ended up leaving the console market
right.
after that.
Yeah.
But the Dreamcast still has this really loyal fan base.
It does.
And people have been,
Cult following almost.
yeah, it's like a cult classic.
Yeah.
People have been clamoring for a Dreamcast Mini for years.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
I know
mean-
I have.
Yeah, I would love to have one.
For sure.
But Sega has officially said
Nope. Not happening.
not going to
They
happen.
weren't doing it.
They're not doing any more mini consoles.
Yeah, they put out a statement
They did.
saying that they're not a retro company.
They want to make new stuff.
And they want to focus on creating new experiences
Yeah.
for modern gamers.
They don't want to get stuck in the past.
Right.
Yeah,
Which I guess I can understand.
I get it. But it's still kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, it's disappointing for the fans, for sure.
Especially because it seems like such a sure thing.
Yeah, a slam dunk.
Yeah, like those Mini Genesis consoles.
They were so popular.
They were a huge hit.
I'm sure the Dreamcast Mini would be too.
So, yeah.
It's hard to say for sure what's motivating them.
It's tough to say.
Yeah.
But
You know, maybe they're worried about,
maybe they're gun shy
maybe.
from the Dreamcast's failure.
You think so?
I mean, it was pretty big
That is a big setback.
setback for them.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just hesitant to
Yeah.
revisit that.
It makes sense.
Or maybe they just really believe
Right.
in this new strategy
Mm-hmm.
of creating new IPs.
I guess we'll see.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Is Sega making the right move here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
I am.
On the one hand,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
They want to be seen
Yeah.
as a forward-thinking company.
A modern company,
Right.
not just a retro company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
There's so much potential
there's a lot of money to be made
in the mini console market.
in that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're leaving that on the table.
They are.
Yeah.
So
So it's a gamble.
it is a gamble for sure. Yeah.
And only time will tell
Yeah.
if it pays off.
That's right.
Now-
yeah.
Before we get too deep into that, though, I
All
want
right.
to take a step back
All right.
and talk about the Dreamcast itself.
Yeah.
What made it so special?
Why do people still love it?
Why is it still so beloved,
Yeah.
even though it was a commercial failure?
Good question.
Because there's something about it
Yeah. There is something about it.
that really resonated with people.
I think it was just,
Way ahead of its time.
it was so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And it had this
Unique style.
unique style and energy
Yeah,
that you didn't really see
totally.
in other consoles at the time.
It had a soul.
It did.
Yeah.
That is soul.
And that's what people remember.
That's what people remember.
I think so.
So let's break that down a little
Okay,
bit.
Right.
What were some of the things
Yeah.
that made the Dreamcast so special?
Well, for one,
Okay.
the online gaming,
Yeah.
I mean, that was revolutionary at the time.
Oh, well, it was like mind-blowing.
To be able to play games
Yeah.
with people all over the world.
Like you could play
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure.
Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With people in Japan.
Yeah.
Like that was
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the controller.
Those were innovative too.
Those were so cool.
The VMUs,
Yeah.
the little mini screens,
Oh.
that was unheard of at
Yeah.
the time.
You could like
You could play little mini games on them.
take them out
Yeah.
and play little mini games.
Yeah, you could trade items with your friends. Right, Pokemon.
There you could trade stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
a really cool feature.
Yeah, it was way ahead of its time.
I mean, they even had a web browser
Yeah.
on the Dreamcast. That was
That was pretty nuts for 1999.
Yeah, who was browsing the web on their console?
It was slow.
Dial-up.
Yeah, it was dial-up.
Yeah.
But it was there.
It was there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Dreamcast.
It was a really innovative console.
It was.
And it had a lot of great games.
It did Sonic Adventure, Shenmue, Crazy Taxi,
Jet Set Radio.
Tower Stone.
Yeah.
So many good games.
So it's no wonder that people still have such fond memories
For sure.
of it.
Yeah.
And that they're so disappointed
Yeah.
that there's not going to be a mini version.
I totally understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where does Sega go from here?
That's the big question.
Yeah. What's their next move?
I mean, they've said
Right.
they're not going to do mini consoles. They're going to focus on new experiences.
Right.
But what does that actually mean?
What does that look like? Yeah.
Well,
they've hinted at
I've been teasing.
reviving some of their classic franchises
Yeah.
like Jet Set Radio.
Crazy Taxi,
Yeah.
Golden Axe.
Even Virtua Fighter.
Which would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
But how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
How are they going to bring those games into the modern era?
Modernize those games.
Yeah.
Without losing
what made them special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a tough balance to strike
for sure.
because you don't want to just
You don't want to just rehash the old games
Yeah.
with better graphics.
you got to
Do something new.
Do something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to alienate the old fan.
Alienate the fan.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky situation.
It is.
And
We're
it's
going to dig
going
into that.
Dig into that.
More in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, sounds good.
So stay tuned.
I'm excited.
We'll be right back,
All right. Welcome back to TechWise Stream.
where we're talking about Sega's decision to ditch mini consoles.
And focus on new games.
Yeah, it's a bold move.
It is.
And it's got people talking.
For sure.
So let's dive into some of the reasons
All right.
why Sega might be doing this.
All right.
One possibility
Yeah.
is that they're just not interested.
In the retro market,
Yeah.
they want to be seen
On a
as
cutting edge.
a modern company.
Yeah.
Not just,
Trading on nostalgia.
just rehashing the past.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
I mean, I get it.
I guess.
You want to be
known for
pushing the boundaries.
I was pushing the boundaries of gaming,
Yeah.
not just,
Reliving the glory days.
but
That's still kind of.
a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I think so.
Because those mini consoles,
They're so popular.
they were a huge hit.
For Nintendo.
For Nintendo, for Sega.
Yeah, the Genesis Mini was a
Yeah.
huge success.
I think a Dreamcast Mini
Would have been.
would have been huge.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
So why are they,
why are they walking away from that?
well,
Maybe they're worried about
maybe they're afraid of,
cannibalizing
cannibalizing their new games.
their new releases.
Yeah.
Like if people are busy playing,
Sonic Adventure,
yeah,
Crazy Taxi.
on a Dreamcast Mini.
They might not buy,
Yeah.
might not buy the new.
The new Jet Set Radio,
Yeah.
whatever they're working on.
Yeah.
So maybe they're thinking,
Long term.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a strategic decision.
let's focus on
The
the new stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll pay off
Yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah.
But it's a risk.
It's a big risk
Yeah.
because what if those new games don't do well
Yeah.
and they've kind
Shot
of
themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they've missed out
Yeah.
on both markets.
Right.
So
It's a gamble.
it's a gamble for sure,
Yeah.
but
Maybe it's a gamble worth taking.
maybe they know something
Maybe they have
that we don't.
some killer games
Yeah.
up their sleeves
Big
that are
ol'
going to blow everyone away.
Yeah, some secret weapons.
Yeah.
That are going to make everyone forget
About the Dreamcast Mini.
about the Dreamcast Mini.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So
So let's talk about.
let's talk about those new games.
Okay.
What do we know?
Not a lot.
Not a whole lot.
They've been pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah, they've been teasing,
Yeah, just dropping hints.
but we do know
Yeah.
that they're working on
Revivals.
revivals of some of their classic franchises.
Jet Set Radio.
Crazy Taxi,
Golden Axe.
Virtua Fighter,
All big names.
big names,
Yeah.
and those games
Were huge back in the day.
were huge.
Yeah.
So there's definitely
Let's try it.
potential there,
Yeah.
but
But it's going to be tough.
it's going to be a challenge
Yeah.
to bring those
Like,
games
into the modern era.
into the modern era
Yeah.
without
Alienating.
the old fan
It's old fan.
and without turning off new players
Yeah.
who might not even know
What Jet Set Radio is.
what Jet Set Radio is.
Yeah.
So
So it's a delicate balance.
it's a tightrope walk,
Yeah.
but
But if they can pull it off,
if they can nail it,
it could be huge.
it could be huge. Imagine.
A new jet set radio.
With modern graphics.
Yeah.
Online multiplayer.
And a killer soundtrack.
Oh, man.
That would be amazing.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Or a new Crazy Taxi.
With a massive open world. Like,
yeah. Like GTA.
Yeah, like GTA, but with taxis.
That would be so much fun.
That would be awesome. So there's definitely potential.
There's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
But
it's a big if.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out.
But in the meantime,
yeah,
let's keep talking about
the Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast.
Okay.
Because
even though it was a commercial failure,
it was a flop.
It was a flop.
It still had a huge impact.
Yeah.
On the gaming industry.
It was ahead of its time.
It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that it pioneered are now standard
in modern gaming.
Yeah.
Like online gaming.
And online gaming.
That was the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
That was the first console
that really
do it right.
Yeah, to make online gaming
a
mainstream thing.
Yeah.
And the VMUs.
Those were innovative too.
Yeah, those little mini screens.
Mini screens. That was like
the precursor to the Nintendo Switch.
To the Switch.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. You could take your games.
With a go.
Yeah. So
the Dreamcast,
even though it didn't succeed,
it left a legacy.
It did.
Yeah.
And it influenced
a lot of the games.
A lot of the games
we play today.
That we play today. So even though
we're not getting
a Dreamcast Mini.
A Dreamcast Mini.
Yeah.
We can still appreciate
a Dreamcast's impact.
The Dreamcast's impact.
Yeah.
On gaming history.
For sure.
Welcome back to TechWise Stream.
Glad to be back.
We've been talking about Sega's decision
to skip out on the mini consoles.
Yeah, to say no to the Dreamcast Mini.
And focus on new games.
And it's a decision.
It's the people talking.
It's sparking a lot of debate.
It is.
Because on the one hand,
you got this huge
wave of nostalgia in gaming right now.
People love those old games.
They do.
Yeah.
And the mini consoles.
The mini consoles.
They're a perfect example of that.
They're selling like hotcakes.
They're a huge hit.
Yeah.
So it seems like Sega
is kind of
missing out.
Yeah, they're leaving money on the table.
They are.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
maybe
they're right.
Maybe they're onto something.
Maybe this is the right time.
To
break away from the past.
And then nostalgia, focus on the future.
Yeah, focus on creating new experiences.
Yeah, IP.
Because if they can pull it off.
If they can create the next big thing.
Yeah, if they can create a game that captures the imagination.
Of a new generation.
Of a new generation of gamers.
Yeah. Then they'll be back on top.
They'll be back on top.
Yeah.
And they won't need to rely on those old games.
Yeah, the nostalgia. So
it's a gamble.
It's a big gamble.
But it's a gamble that I'm kind of excited to see.
I am too.
Play out.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I love Sega.
Me too.
They've made some of my favorite games of all time.
Same here.
And I think
they still have
the potential
to be great.
Yeah.
So let's hope
fingers crossed
they make the right moves.
Yeah, I hope so.
And that they can create some new classics.
Yeah, some new games.
That we'll be talking about.
It's for years to come.
For years to come.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's deep dive.
That was a good one.
We've been talking about Sega's decision
to ditch the mini consoles.
Yeah, to focus on new games.
And it's a decision.
That's got a lot of people thinking.
It has.
About the future of gaming.
For sure.
So, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is Sega making the right call?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Get us up.
We want to hear your thoughts.
And don't forget to subscribe to TechWise Stream for more. For more deep dives into the world of tech and gaming. We're here every week.
We're here every week breaking down the news that matters.
That's right.
And exploring the trends that are shaping our digital future.
So until next time.